this car is something that seems to have taken the show by storm. It's an electric 7-seater SUV, big one too, full size, and a double cab pickup made by a company called Rivian. They're electric, otherwise I wouldn't be telling you about them. And this is the skateboard platform. I'm just about to have a tour of the car by a chap called Mark Vanels. Mark.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well.
Thank
this
you.
is exciting. I mean,
yeah, we're very excited.
there's a big buzz around these two cars, which seem to have broken out in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, everybody's very positive about what we're doing.
Yeah. So let's rewind then. This is the chassis of the car,
Yep.
of both the pickup and the SUV.
Yep.
It's full EV, not plug-in hybrid. 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, which is unbelievably quick. I mean, that's like
Yep.
that's supercar, hypercar quick.
Yeah, very
Almost.
fast. Pretty exceptional for this type of vehicle.
I was going to say,
think.
when you look at it, it doesn't look like it would do something like that.
Well, we've been working for a long while now to develop vehicles really to take people on adventures, to allow them to go to places that conventional vehicles normally can't go to. So by using really the purity of the electric architecture, we never wanted to consider internal combustion or hybrid. So we started from scratch with an electric architecture. We've been able to develop this platform, what we call our skateboard, and this is the basis for all of our vehicles, for both the S and the T, and indeed some future vehicles that will be coming out in subsequent years.
So the S is the SUV.
Correct.
The T is the pickup truck.
That's right. Our battery pack uses cylindrical cells, 21700 form factor, but the modules and the pack are designed completely in-house, both the hardware and the software. Our largest pack is 180 kilowatt hours.
180 kilowatt hours.
180 kilowatt hours,
crows.
which is pretty much twice as big as anything available on the marketplace at the moment. So in the truck, that's over 400 miles of range. On the S, the SUV, that's over 410 miles of range. So should be eliminating anybody's concerns around range anxiety.
Goodness me. Well, I mean, I know that off-road vehicles should lend themselves really well to EV propulsion because instant torque for rock crawling and quietness, so you can hear the train, or if you've got a spotter, you can do some proper off-roading. Of course, ground clearance, you've got options of having this skateboard, this flat belly pan nice and high.
So we have a quad motor design.
Yeah.
Each one of these motors, these tiny motors, each one is nearly 200 horsepower.
Oh, they're only there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So each motor controls each wheel. So we have a transfer box, a reduction gear, gearbox in the middle, and then this extremely long drive shaft, which gives us great wheel articulation.
Yeah.
And as you say, we can deliver instantaneous throttle response and torque control, but also we can vary the torque across the axle. So we've got infinite torque vectoring. We can even reverse the torque across the axle to give us some really unique handling characteristics, particularly off-road. And that's the thing, really, when you think about what that can do in terms of eking out every little piece of grip, whether it be on a steep ascent or a steep descent, that's really game-changing in the off-road market.
Yeah, and I see adjustable airbag suspension.
So we have a huge range of articulation. We can go down to 208 millimeters, very low for getting in and out of the vehicle easily. But we can go up to 360 millimeters of ground clearance.
Wow, that is a big bag.
Which is amazing in terms of then off-road capability.
Yes, yeah.
And the vehicle's been designed so we have very aggressive ramp and departure angles.
Yeah.
So we package the body absolutely.
It's got very short overhang
to support this off-road capability. Yeah.
I can see on the SUV it's like an upswept underside.
Correct.
I guess for what's that for? Ascent, steep ascent. Yes.
Yeah, that departure angle is very important when you're coming off a piece of steep terrain. But also dispelling another myth. Because we have 4 motors, we have a huge amount of torque, 14,000 newton meters of torque.
14,000?
14,000 newton meters of torque at the wheel, so we can tow very heavy loads.
Now this is interesting because we get this question asked more and more on Fully Charged. I like the idea of an EV, but I want to tow a caravan, but none of them seem to allow me to.
Yep. So we can
You've arrived at the answer.
We can tow 11,000 pounds, which is pretty much 5 tons. 5,000
tons?
5,000 kilograms with this vehicle. In fact, we could tow more.
That's more than a Range Rover.
Yeah, much more than a Range Rover. We could tow more, but that's just about then how much weight we want to add to the vehicle in terms of structure. But the towing capacity, because of this torque, is immense. But what it also delivers, which is important, not just off-road, but on-road, is a really low center of gravity. Again, when we're thinking about climbing and descending, the low center of gravity is immensely important. And also the motors are inside the axle, both at the front and the rear.
Okay.
So in terms of on-road agility, you wouldn't expect this car to be maybe agile. Agile wouldn't be an adjective you'd use to describe it, but
No.
actually the agility of this vehicle, particularly with some of the torque vectoring,
Yeah.
this is a really fun car to drive on the road as well as off the road.
I've got to say, I really like the design of it. It's very tasteful, very simple.
Well, we spent a
Very simple.
lot of time working on the basics, which is for us is getting the proportions right.
Yeah.
We didn't want something that was futuristic and kind of way out there, which would not be appropriate
Yeah.
for the aspirational aspect of the ownership of this vehicle. So we
Yeah.
spent a lot of time on proportion.
That's a big car. How big is this?
Well, the S is just over 5 meters long.
5 meters.
So it's
wow.
not that big in comparison with, say, something like a Range Rover.
Yeah.
Certainly a long wheelbase.
I mean, people are going to directly compare it to, I guess, the Range Rover or the Audi e-tron or the EQC Mercedes.
Yes, possibly. But this is a full 3-row, 7 seats.
Yeah.
So even adults in the rear, we can get 85th percentile adult in the rear. So this is a proper 7-seater vehicle. We also spent a lot of time developing what we think is a pretty unique face for this.
Yeah.
So developing the lighting system and the real signature of our vehicles, what we call the stadium lights. So these are,
Oh yeah, they are like a stadium.
yeah, we call them stadium lights. So
I-
this is the position light,
Yeah.
and then this is the daytime running light with the dip beam and the main beam lights, directional lights
Yeah.
inside,
The
which gives the
direction-
car a really unique face. So
Yeah.
we're a new brand coming to the marketplace, and we wanted something, maybe people wouldn't recognize the name initially, but they'd certainly recognize that and remember it, and
Yeah.
then they'd remember that's a Rivian. And the other unique feature, which is pretty cool, a nice little Easter egg, is when you're charging the vehicle,
Yeah.
this changes to green and shows you the state of charge as the charge increases.
Does it?
So you can sit in a coffee shop and look at the vehicle and
And a
see the
long way
battery
away, you
charge
see.
increasing, which is pretty cool.
That's very good.
Safety is extremely important for us. This is a 5-star car, IHS top safety pick.
Yeah.
So crash performance and real safety for our customers
Yeah.
is very important. So we use high strength steel extensively at the front of the vehicle and down the sides, and obviously to protect the battery pack,
Yeah.
a huge amount of engineering detail at the sides and at the front and indeed underneath to make sure that the battery pack stays intact even on the most the roughest of
Of
terrain.
course,
really.
you've got rock terrain, and you're going to have
Yeah.
you've got to have a good wading depth, presumably.
So we have a composite material,
Yeah.
which is almost like a ballistic shield underneath the vehicle to protect from rocks.
So that's your first.
So we have Kevlar and carbon fibre underneath. The battery pack's completely sealed.
Yeah.
It's another myth with electric vehicles. If you think about it, submarines are electric.
Yeah.
Used to be electric.
Yeah.
So this vehicle will wade through at least a metre of water.
A meter.
The battery pack is completely sealed.
Wow.
The drive units are sealed.
Yeah.
And actually the only limitation, the vehicle could go deeper, but because we have so much space and so much volume, the vehicle will actually float
It
away.
will take all. Yeah.
So it's a buoyancy issue. So if you load the vehicle up, it will actually go deeper than that.
A meter of wading depth. Come around here, but let's go around here and have a look in the inside.
So we've taken a lot of inspiration from out
Yeah.
sports equipment, bringing some of those materials and themes into the interior of the vehicle. But also
Can I
lots
touch
of,
some of that?
Yeah, of course, also lots of natural materials, lovely wood, real wood,
Yeah. It's really nice.
and beautiful
Solid.
materials. On the floor, there is no carpet. And the material which is used for the foot mats is actually used for outdoor furniture, which is extremely easy to clean and waterproof and weatherproof. So again, no concerns about getting this vehicle dirty. It's
So it's
important.
rubber floor.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
important to emphasise that we want people to go out and get these vehicles dirty. They're designed to get dirty and to get used.
So it's like it's dirty luxury,
Exactly.
basically. It looks spectacular.
A little Easter egg here, where Rolls-Royce has got an umbrella. We have a little torch,
Oh, you got a good LED. Wow, that's really bright.
and this is cool because in here is one of the cells, one 21700 cell,
Of the pack.
that's used in the battery pack to propel the vehicle.
That's great.
Charges on the move.
It does. It charges when it's in there.
Yeah.
Oh. That's
Then
really,
the rear,
really.
lots of focus on cabin space. So
Yeah.
a huge amount of leg room for the rear occupants, and then again
Yeah.
at the rear for the third row as well.
Of course, no trans tunnel.
They're completely flat floor.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you say, did you say 83rd percentile adults?
85, yeah.
85.
In the rear.
You've got a full-size glass roof
Correct.
with another one at the back,
Yeah.
so two panoramic roofs.
Electrochromatic roofs that you can change the tint of to change the amount of sun penetration.
Right, okay. Let's talk like production dates and potential pricing.
Yeah, so end of 2020.
Yeah, that's not that far away.
We're taking orders now, or make a deposit online.
Yeah,
By end of 2020, in customers' hands. And for a base vehicle,
Yeah.
before discounts,
Yeah.
under $70,000.
Under 70,000.
$70,000. So for the truck with the EV discount, around $61,500.
Crikey.
And with the S, with the discount, $65,000.
And you're an American company, aren't you?
We're
I
an
know
American company.
You're
The
not
vehicles-
American, but
Yes.
he's not
I'm
American.
a Brit in the US.
Yeah.
And loving it. We have a manufacturing facility in Illinois,
Okay.
just south of Chicago, 2 hours south of Chicago, where all the vehicles will be manufactured. And all the supply base, the majority of the components on this car are manufactured in the US.
Are they?
Yes.
And you're going to sell them globally? That's the plan?
Yeah, left and right hand drive.
Yeah.
I'm very keen to get these in the UK, obviously.
I am.
After the US, we'll go to Europe and the UK, Europe, and also China.
Yeah.
But our plan is for all territories, so Japan, the Middle East.
Can we go over to the pickup? Because
Of course.
obviously there's nothing more American than a pickup.
Yeah, we've been inundated with people who want a pickup
A plug-in.
but want an electric vehicle. And it's
Yeah.
interesting, we did a lot of research with EV owners
Yeah.
who have like a sedan or an SUV,
Yeah.
but also have large pickup trucks
Yeah. For
or
towing or for
off-road
adventures.
vehicle, because they wouldn't take their electric vehicle to those locations.
Yeah.
When they see this, they love the combination. Again, utilising the advantage of that skateboard architecture. A huge amount of space in the front. So this is 330 litres.
330 litres.
So maybe you can
This
help
is
me
deep.
out. Mate. So this is,
Can I? Can
Yeah,
I get
of
this
course.
out? It's my cool box full of lager. I could get in that. It is like a mini hot tub.
well,
It really looks like
I
one.
think we'll do a version, because if you think of all the electrical energy on board, we could heat the water and you could,
Oh my goodness.
should we close the front and then we can go down the side of
Yeah.
the vehicle?
So you've got multiple tether points.
Yeah, nice
300
tether points for, again, all the luggage.
Yeah.
And as you can see, again, same face, a Rivian face, making
Exactly
use
the
of those
same
lights.
face. Yeah. Yeah. I'm digging.
And then for the
this.
truck, lots of interior space, very different colour theme we're showing on this. So darker wood,
Yeah.
richer greens, giving the car a very different feel.
More of a forestry look.
But here, on the side of the vehicle, something completely unique is our gear tunnel.
That is amazing.
So storage for, in this case, a snowboard. But if you imagine strollers, golf bags,
Dogs.
tools, equipment. If it's a heavy
That's-
night, you could probably sleep in there.
You actually could.
And
You
then-
actually could sleep in that.
But you can see,
In Japan.
goes
in
all the way
Japan,
through the vehicle.
You could Airbnb that. Airbnb that in Japan.
And then this door, you can stand on to put stuff on the roof.
Oh, okay.
Deliberately
so that's
designed.
load bearing up to what kind
Yes,
of?
load bearing. Take an adult,
Yeah.
and then you can sit on here to change your shoes after your long hike.
This is deeply practical. Mark.
It's meant to be, yeah.
It's deeply
Let's
practical.
put this back in here.
That's a huge amount of space.
Obviously, for a pickup truck, we've got a really generous bed. Tailgate system which folds to 90 degrees and 180 degrees.
Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look.
So in the 90 degrees position, this is 2.1 metres long.
2.1.
2.1, so you could fit a dirt bike on here, and then all the way down to 180.
Oh, I see. So you can walk in closer.
And then inside here, very important for us in terms of off-road capability,
A full-size
a
spare wheel.
full-size spare.
And that is really full-size.
A full-size spare.
20-inch.
And if you don't want to take that, there's another 250 litres of storage in here, dry storage that you can use for maybe some of the dirty gear. Why? I'm not a
much.
pickup guy, I'm a Brit, and I come and see people using pickups.
Yeah.
And obviously an immense amount of practicality, but if you've got 4 people in the car,
Yeah. And it's
where do
raining.
you put your luggage, where do you put the
Yeah.
shopping? It rolls around in the back.
Yeah.
But
that's
for
the
us
first
now,
thing. You've got the front. The front.
Gear tunnel,
Yeah.
and a huge amount of space in the bed.
I've never been a pickup guy. Maybe that will change.
So many people have said that. So many people have
Well,
said
because
that.
of exactly what you've just said. I look at it in England and go, why would you just fill this with rainwater and
Yeah.
leaves?
Yeah.
It's just useless to me. But suddenly it's not useless. Well, there you go, fully charged viewers. A deeply impressive Rivian R1T and R1S. That is an amazing tour. I have to say, I'm very impressed.
You're
Very
speechless
impressed.
there.
I am actually.
Thank you
I
very
didn't
much.
expect there'd be such an attention to detail. If you'd asked me to guess how much that SUV would have cost, I would
That's
have
good to hear.
$100,000 US dollars.
Well, a fully loaded car with everything on it will be
I suppose you can order it with lots of more bells and
with
whistles.
full battery pack and all the other interior. And I didn't talk about We have full self-driving, so level 3 driving capability on the vehicle as well. So we have LiDAR at the front, 3 radar, 4 forward cameras,
Wow.
2 radar at the rear.
This is going to be the world's first full EV production pickup truck, isn't it?
Yes.
It is, isn't it? There isn't one.
There isn't one available.
How does this compare size-wise to the Ford F-150? So it's what America's best-selling truck.
Yeah, slightly smaller. I mean, this is
Okay.
let's we say it's a mid-size truck.
It doesn't look
Just-
mid-size to me.
Just a little bit smaller. This is 5.4 meters in length,
5.4.
so it's not huge.
Okay.
And 2.1 meters wide.
I love it.